All right, y'all. I want to do a TNA, review. I saw TNA last week. All right. I said I'm not gonna do no more wrestling reviews. I'm gonna say this about WWE. It's interesting to the point that I'll check up on it here and there. TNA, on the other hand, I don't give a. If this company go out of business tomorrow, I probably would give a fly. Fuck. This company is in trouble. It's really in trouble. There's nothing keeping me interested in this company. The wrestling is good, phenomenal. I will not deny that. They have the best matches to date, but there's nothing keeping me interested. We have done this Ace and Ace bullshit storyline for almost a year. It has been the worst storyline in the history of professional wrestling. People say the whole WWE versus Alliance was bad. At least that was interesting. This is not interesting. That was just bad booking and bad decisions. This is just not interesting. Bad decisions. Wrong guy winning title, giving it to Saban so people can be happy. I prefer Bully Ray to have the title. Hell, give it back to Austin Aries. Hell, give it back to Bobby fucking Roode. No, give it to James fucking Storm and put Saban in the tag team division. That's where he belongs. And then eventually build him up. It's just TNA's in trouble. They're not making the money like they used to. They really are. They're on a thin budget. They have to pay $600,000 for a tape. They got Spike TV promoting Bellator up the ass. It's just not interesting. You got Tito Ortiz in there, even though Tito's been in the business. I mean, like, what can he do? If he was an enforcer, that's fine. I'll take that. 5 or 6 years ago, Rampage. The reason that Rampage got a pop is Rampage is well known in the media. He did a fucking the 18 movie. As bad as that movie was, he did the movie. It's just it was more interesting. Somebody asked me a few weeks ago, do you still watch wrestling? And I told them here and there. They told me why you don't watch on a daily basis no more. It's not entertaining. It's not fun to watch. TNA is 2 hours, and I could give a wrestling product 2 hours. Raw is 3 hours. They got to entertain me the fuck for 3 hours. Like that last show they did last week, that was good. But we all know they can't do it again this week. If they do, I'll come back on here and say I was wrong in 2 days. But if they don't, they don't. TNA is 2 hours. So their job is to entertain me for 2 hours. They have not done that. They have not. Giving the title to Saban has not helped helped the show. Ratings are dropping. Not as fast as Bully Ray having the belt, but it's not dropping. It's just not interesting. You cut half your talent away, young guys away. You put Magnus as the top guy, but we don't want to see Magnus to win, so y'all gonna do a swerve and give it to somebody else who we don't want to win. I mean, every Bound for Glory series, they give it to somebody, but they don't win the title. The only person who's done that is probably Jeff Hardy, because he's Jeff Hardy. And even Jeff Hardy, I believe after his TNA contract, he's done. He probably is done. He's probably going to go back to WWE. I don't blame him. Kurt Angle, after he gets out of rehab, he needs to go back to WWE right now. He needs to get in that Hall of Fame before, WWE look at him like, oh, no, you're not ready. No, we're not going to put you in the Hall of Fame. You're too alcoholic. Because that's going to affect him to get in the Hall of Fame. It really is. Sting needs to get out of his contract and get the fuck out of TNA. I love Sting. I think he's done great for the business, but you need to go to the WWE. You need to give us, the fans, the Undertaker Sting match we should have got 2 years ago when you were at your prime. But now we look at Sting. Shit, Sting can't even stand in the damn ring. He keeps on going to TNA. TNA are just going to baby him up. All you got to do is appear 2 times a day, get paid a lot of money. Shit. Even though I think he'll get paid more, just Sting is a smart guy. But he needs to go to WWE for the fans. Hell, you saw how Robert Dam came back. He got a huge pop. He's getting a pop every week. Hogan's going to leave too. I feel Hogan's leaving. I have a funny feeling before this ship sinks, Hogan's going to make his Before they asked him, hey, you want to resign? Hogan's like, no, I'm good. Him and Ariel gonna go back to WWE. TNA's in trouble. It's in trouble. There's no new stars. Last year they built Austin Aries up very well. They built Robert Roode up very well. Robert Roode remind me Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode remind me of a young JBL when he had the belt, and I could tell Bruce Pritchard wrote that for JBL. He wrote the same thing for Bobby Roode because Bobby Roode comes out as a JBL. He will always say, "I'm the longest reigning champion in Impact Wrestling history." Like JBL said, he's the longest reigning WWE champion in SmackDown history. Same thing. So it's the same choral. You know, Bruce Pritchard is a good writer. It's just when it came down to that Ace and Ace, he should have stopped. I don't know who told him to stop. People was like, "Oh, he didn't want to stop it." No, I bet he did want to stop it, but y'all were pulling it along. Do I think Vince Russo is a better writer than Bruce Pritchard? Hell yeah, because I tell you, Russo kept ratings up. I tell you that. Believe it or not, Russo helped the Attitude Era, so I believe he's a good writer. He know what was up with the times. The Sons of Anarchy ripoff. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. This video is a little bit too long anyway, y'all. This is my thoughts on TNA right now, and yeah, like and subscribe.